get set to face off with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the catch, it's Crowder. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Undercrush, red 80.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Watch the
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Check. Motion out of the backfield. Hey, check right. Watch it, 5. Here we go. No, 80. Mark 55.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And his kick here is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard. but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Prescott now. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
1st down, Cowboys.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
They'll run with Elliott. Shifts by him. Shedding the tackle, and gives him some room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st down, Dallas.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. The tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9.
Kill.
Here's Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get out there. Kill. Turn it.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. For Zeke, one of first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
57. Mike, 57. Go. There's a part in there. 57 is over. Going to 54. Why in? Watch the run. 57.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The quick slant caught. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Check 31. Check. Hey, Kill. Hey, 47. 26.
They'll run it with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Nice, sweetheart.
To throw is Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. On first down, Bell. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Watch the spread, 80. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 7. Darnold will get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 50, check 50.
Now Bell works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, we gotta get the stop here, D. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Lady. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Watch that.
From the 29, Darnold looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold, a screen to Bell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
3 down. Hey, lady. 48 Mike.
Darnold from the gun. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Cowboys.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Watch right, watch right. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got room. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check, 55 to mine. Check.
Darnold now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
54, right there, 54 Mike. Right, hey, wahoo!
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check, 48's the mic. Check.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Flushed out right. Incomplete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Prescott to throw it. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go, 47. 54, Mike. 54, Mike. 54, 26.
To throw is Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go, D. Check 24, check 24. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist. Slam.
A final shot before the break, Darnold. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned,
under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Back. Check 26, check 26. 36. Check. The lady.
On second down now, it's Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
We're going to set. 55. Red 80. 55 is Mike. Five. Double dog. That's the way. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Mike, 55.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 69 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 9, check 9. Red 80.
They'll go again with Bell. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Faking the give, Darnold. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. The tackle there by Brian Poole.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
10th carry now for Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
47.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going to mic the 48 right now. Let's go. You remember me. Let's go, baby. 48. 48 the mic.
Hey, kill. 26.
On second down and 4, Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys continue to pour it on.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 44-yard line.
59. Lady. Hey, tight. Mike 5'9". Mike 5'9". Gotta do better.
Hey, Echo.
QB, come on.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Looking for Strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. Bell sheds him off. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Bravo.
Come to my work.
Back to throw, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Darnold from the red zone now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To the air again, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Coming to you, coming to you. Check safety, check safety. Joker, 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 joker. Switch, switch, switch.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Lucky, lucky, lucky. 49, check 49, check 49. Young lady.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Under 10, 10.
His pass caught at the 4. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
7 yards there and a first down.
Mike 54. He's scared.
Here's Darkwa. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw. Prescott over the middle. Cooper with it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety Jamal Adams.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Shrugs the tackle. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Check! Lady! SOS.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Shift. Ready?
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. This one caught by Crowder. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Darnold got an open man to the right. That's Wesco. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Darnold to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Now, lady, come get some. Hey, Delta. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. One last throw now for Darnold. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And they'll get this down to the 10. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1.